By the time anyone noticed the rhino calf, it had already wandered into territory where it had no chance of survival. Marcus Webb had been doing this for 11 years. He'd seen animals in trouble before: injured deer on the interstate, abandoned fawns behind strip malls, once a bobcat trapped in a drainage culvert outside Austin. He'd documented predator behavior, studied territorial patterns, watched nature make decisions that humans called cruel but were simply efficient. But this one stayed with him. It was a rocky outcrop in the Texas Hill Country, 3 miles from the nearest ranch fence, the kind of place where lions had denned for generations. Late afternoon sun cut through the cedar breaks, throwing long shadows across limestone shelves worn smooth by centuries of use. This wasn't neutral ground. This was claimed space. At first, he almost walked past it. Marcus had been tracking the pride for 2 weeks, part of a larger study on mountain lion populations and their impact on introduced species. The preserve had controversially brought in white rhinos 5 years earlier, part of a breeding program for critically endangered animals. It had worked, mostly, but the lions didn't care about conservation goals. They cared about opportunity. He'd followed the tracks to the outcrop, expecting to find the pride resting in the shade. Instead, he found something that didn't make sense. It was a white rhino calf, maybe 3 weeks old, standing at the mouth of the den, mud-caked legs, shallow breathing, too quiet, too still. The calf stood facing the dark opening in the rock face, its small body swayed slightly, exhausted, confused. Behind it, the ground showed drag marks where it had stumbled up the slope. Inside the den, Marcus could hear movement, the soft padding of paws on stone, the low rumble of breath that wasn't quite a growl. At this stage of life, a rhino calf doesn't have much margin for error. They're born at around 140 pounds, vulnerable, completely dependent on their mothers for milk, protection, and guidance. Their eyesight is poor. They navigate by scent and sound, following their mother's massive form through grassland and brush. A calf this young, alone, can't outrun anything, can't fight anything. Its only defense is staying close to an animal that weighs 2 tons and has a horn that can gore a predator in seconds. If nothing changed soon, the lions inside that den would decide the outcome. Marcus stood frozen. His hand moved slowly to his radio, then stopped. Any sudden noise, any sudden movement, the mathematics of the situation played out in his head. The den opening was maybe 4 feet wide. The calf stood 2 feet from it. Inside, he counted at least 3 distinct breathing patterns. The pride had cubs. That meant a nursing mother. That meant hunger and heightened protective instincts running in both directions. He couldn't explain why, but something about this one felt different. Maybe it was the impossibility of it, the sheer wrongness of seeing a rhino calf at a lion den. Or maybe it was what hadn't happened yet. The calf was still standing, still alive. In the 10 minutes Marcus had been watching, nothing had emerged from that darkness. No attack, no confrontation, just waiting. The calf didn't cry, didn't run, it just watched the den opening. Its eyes, half closed with exhaustion, stayed fixed on the dark. Its ears rotated slowly, tracking sounds Marcus couldn't hear. There was no fear in its posture, no awareness of danger, just a kind of patient confusion, like it was waiting for its mother to emerge from a place she would never be. Most people would have assumed the lions were simply waiting for the right moment to strike. That assumption would have been fatal. If you're still listening, help me prove something wrong. I was told stories like this don't matter anymore. If you believe they do, stay with me. He moved slowly, lowered himself behind a limestone boulder, let the situation reveal itself. Marcus had learned this over the years. The ones who survive aren't always the ones you grab and haul to safety. Sometimes they're the ones you wait with. Sometimes intervention makes things worse. A sudden movement could trigger the attack. A loud noise could send the calf stumbling forward into the den instead of away from it. So he watched. The real danger wasn't the lions themselves, it was misreading what was actually happening. He'd seen it before, situations that looked one way from a distance and revealed themselves to be something else entirely up close. A coyote stalking what turned out to be its own injured pack member. A hawk circling what looked like prey but was actually a fallen nest it was guarding. Nature didn't always follow the script humans expected. Even after he understood what he was seeing, survival wasn't guaranteed. Minutes passed, then hours. Progress came in almost invisible signs. The sun dropped lower, the quality of light changed from harsh white to amber to deep gold. Shadows crept across the outcrop. Marcus stayed behind his boulder, barely moving. His legs cramped, his back ached. He ignored both. The calf swayed but didn't fall, didn't move forward, didn't move back. Then movement in the den. A lioness emerged, young, maybe 3 years old. Her coat caught